Hey everyone, it's Acid, and today is a Create With Me for Coffee and Cream. My first tutorial is going to be character design. So today we're going to look at my process, going over designing characters for something new, how I flesh them out, how I decide what they're going to look like, and then we'll talk a little about the story and character development in the next tutorial. So here I kind of picked a style. It's kind of anthropomorphic, very human-esque body, and then obviously like a chibi style head with some sort of animal. And I really didn't have any idea other than like a character trait. I picked a single character trait for 6 different characters and then just kind of went with that. So the first character trait was like sporty. So I went with the rabbit because I was like, well, they're fast, they can jump. The second character trait was dense, so I went with a ram horn sheep or a sheep with horns. I also wanted to try going with different body styles. Like I said, I had no idea where I was going. That's why you see a lot of pausing in the video before I start drawing the character. I'm not really sure what I'm going for exactly. I just have one word to go on, and then I just try to make a character based on that one word. The third character is based on spoiled, so I guess it kind of referenced, if you know Monster High, referenced Cleo Denial. She's very spoiled, and so I kind of tried to portray that attitude. And I also made her a kind of like Sphinx-like cat with pointy ears, because cats are often very spoiled. I know that mine is. So as I'm going along, I'm just kind of like drawing ahead. I kind of know if it's going to be male or female based on the head shape. And then based on like the personality trait, I'm like, well, what shape do they need to be in? What animal? What sort of clothes they're going to wear? So right now I'm just getting their faces and deciding what animal, and then deciding like a body style. Not really worried about the clothes just yet. Like I've stated previously, I really didn't have an idea going in other than I wanted to try kind of drawing in a different style, and I think this worked out really well. I don't know, it was a lot more fun, I guess, than just sitting down and trying to make something perfect. This was a lot more creative, and I felt like for the first time ever I have I have sort of developed a style, or a stylized look anyway. So this character with glasses here, I was trying to decide what sort of animal could wear glasses like a human. Obviously it had to have ears on the side of its head, so I chose monkey, and that's literally the only reason that guy was a monkey. I knew he needed glasses. He's supposed to be conservative was the word. And so I was like, well, let's do a monkey. And then the one after him is independent, and so I chose a wolf, even though they travel in packs, obviously. They're pretty skilled hunters on their own. And then the very last one, I started drawing him out. He's supposed to be socialite, and I had no idea what animal to do, because I was sticking with mostly mammals, and then I was like, well, maybe I'll do a bird, and so I chose chicken. What's more social than a chicken, right? So I decided to give him like a beak for a nose, which everybody else kind of had like a animalistic nose. So here is the next step, and I'm actually going to do all of their shoes before I start on their clothes. I kind of wanted to distinguish, based on their personality type, what they would wear on their feet. I know that's kind of a strange thing to start with, but for an athlete, you know, it's very important to have shoes. Someone who's very girly or very social will pick something cute. And then again, just going here with her high heels, I wanted her to be very like uppity, very kind of like better than everyone else, so she's getting some nice little pumps there. And funny story, high heels are probably the hardest shoes to draw from the front. Let's just be honest. I didn't realize that at first, but yeah, definitely very difficult. And now we're just getting the clothes fleshed out, so I wanted her to have kind of like a corset, lots of jewelry, a short skirt, and then obviously for the sheep, she's very happy-go-lucky, kind of dense and outgoing, so I wanted her to be kind of sporty, but she's also kind of like thicker, so I wanted her to look comfortable. She's going to be jumping around and crazy a lot. You're going to see a lot of my cat popping in and out of this video. He is just the worst. He would not stay off of my art long enough. He just wanted to be cuddled. And then for the sporty person, I kind of drew her in a tracksuit with shorts. I wanted her to be like a runner, very athletic. So I kind of stuck with that, what someone would wear to maybe like jog or run. And then for the guys, this is a conservative, so I wanted him to have, obviously, he's not showing a lot of skin, he's going for a tie, you know, he's all business, we'll put it that way. But I also wanted to make him kind of, like unsure of himself, and so I kind of made him pigeon-toed, and he's kind of in a defensive, like nervous stance. And then the wolf, he's very cool and laid back, kind of got that independent like punk style, but there's like elements of like the Korean style pants that are in right now, and kind of like a 90s funk style with the layered shirts. And then the very last character, I just made him very sporty, I guess, like he's working out quite a bit. He's very muscular, so I gave him a logo tank top and some gym pants with cuffs. And here you can see all the characters together. Like I said, I started out with no idea other than just the single words. So now I'm going to basically start out by drawing their heads, redrawing their heads, fleshing everything out, and then giving them some color. So here's where you'll see me decide on hair color, eye color, skin color, and kind of get everything fleshed out for the next couple steps, which I will show in the next couple tutorial videos. So right now I'm just kind of redrawing everything that I already drew, but making sure it is what I want, adding any little details that I might have forgotten in the first image. But just trying to develop the character style. You know, if you're ever working on a new character, the best thing is to draw them over and over and over again, so you can kind of see that face develop in your mind, and without even thinking about it or seeing a reference photo, you can redraw it as many times as you need to, say for comic books and stuff like that. So for the monkey, for his hair, and I know he kind of looks like Chucky or Chucky's dad, but I went with a reddish brown hair. I think it was terracotta. And then for the cat's hair, I went with a dark brown. I wanted to do black, but I'm trying to get away from using black, seeing as the liner I used was like a mocha color. For her skin tone, I went with oatmeal, and she got pink eyes. And then the rabbit, I did gray hair. I didn't want to do a white rabbit. I didn't want to do a brown one, so I did a gray one. And then I'm just fleshing them in, giving them some shadows, giving them some eye color. Then I'm going to redraw the ram, and she's probably my favorite so far. She's just so cute. I know that sounds terrible because she's the only character that I made as dense, like having a kind of detractive quality as her. Here's where my cat knocks the entire setup over. Wonderful. Anywho, I know I labeled her as dense, which is kind of not a nice thing to do, but like, you know, everybody has that friend that's kind of dense, but you love him anyway. And then for the chicken, or the rooster, I redrew him and made sure to get his muscular neck and like definitely the hair that reminded me of like the comb on top of the chicken's head. So I'm just trying to give them like respective eye colors. obviously I made his hair red because it reminded me of a comb. And then I didn't have a purple marker, or couldn't find it, so I had to use some pink and blue, and then it just didn't work out and looked very gray, so I just gave up. Then I decided that the rabbit needed darker skin color. She's obviously an athlete, so she's going to be out in the sun. And then for the sheep, I knew that I wanted her to have the darkest skin out of all of them, but I couldn't find my dark brown marker. So I'm going in here with my liner and giving her hair the darkest shade that I can. And then I finally, right here, find that dark brown I was looking for to give her that nice natural dark skin. And then for the rooster, I wanted to keep him as fair-skinned as possible, so he just got some shadows in a peach, and that kept his skin tone very white. For the wolf, and I actually really like this rendering of his face. It looks really great. I feel like I kind of messed up on his ears, but I mean, it's gonna happen. This is the sketch process. This is just designing. I had no idea what color I wanted his eyes or hair to be, so I started out with like a light gray, and then I was like, let's do green. And then I decided it was too saturated, and so I went back over it with the gray, just to tone it down, and then decided on brown as his eye color. Here he gets kind of a nice pale skin tone, almost olive colored. Okay, so this has been the first tutorial, character design. Make sure to check back next week for the second tutorial, which will be fleshing out characters. Don't forget to check out my Facebook, which is linked below. And please leave a comment, or if you'd like to see your request done on my channel, make sure to subscribe and also leave a comment below about that, and I will try to upload as fast as I can. Thank you guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.